Welcome to the North American Invitational 2019 for lacrosse here in Onondaga, New York, just south of Syracuse, as we bring you a matchup between the Vermont Voyageurs and the Syracuse Stingers. My name is David Bowie, and I will be bringing you the broadcast for today's game as we are over halfway through Day 2 of the North American Invitational, where NCAA star and international stars from all over the world come together in a showcase to show off their skills and hopefully be scouted by some hopefuls to join the NLL. We are moments away from the opening face-off. Glad to have you on board here for this wonderful game that will be set to take place. And there sounds the buzzer, and that means we will get our opening face-off. Remember, there are two 15-minute halves. Minor penalties have been abridged from 2 minutes to 1 minute, and major penalties from 5 to 3. Syracuse Stingers in the black, gray with yellow trim, a la old school Pittsburgh Steelers from the NFL, and the Vermont Voyageurs are in the white and black. So it'll be Luke LeBlanc with Shea Thomas in the face-off circle. And here we go, opening face-off. Ball scrambled in the air, and will finally be corralled by the Voyageurs, and they will get to make the first move here in this contest. Ball to the far side. Coming in, there's a quick one-timer, but not quite on the mark, as Whiteway tried to get that through. Now, odd man rush on the other side. There's a quick pass, and nice defensive job by the Voyageurs to deflect that pass. That was Jared Boudreau on that deflection in the odd man rush, and now he's got the ball on the far side. He'll bring it out to Kyle Baker. We'll get it to Garrett Naemi, but couldn't get a handle on it. Superman dive shot! I know that was a crease violation, so it will be no goal as he stepped in the crease before he leapt out of the air. So it will be Syracuse ball. Ty Palace loading up, decides to throw it back instead for Top Owens. Owens trying to get the pass off, and that hit off the half wall, and back the other way we come. Odd man rush here. Potential chance, and the defense finally catches up to it and stops it. Broken stick on the field. That's going to be Owens' stick that's broke. And now back the other way we come. Stingers going to start the offensive rush. Ball's on the far side. We brought in, shot, and that's going to be saved by Fortier. Back in, shot from the side, wide angle shot. He'll be easily stopped by Fortier. Not really much of a chance there on that angle. 3-on-2 chance, takes the shot. That goes off a man. And now we're going to get a legal substitution penalty. Let's see who it's going to go against. It looks like it's going to be against Syracuse. Honeyman can serve it. And it'll be Derek Bennett will be going to the box. So first power play of the game for the Voyageurs. And they will start their attack. Wagger to Baker. Back to Wagger. He'll turn it to the far side. Wagner trying to come in from behind the net. Centering pass out in front, shot, and that's going to be shouldered away by Davy Jones. A lot of checking happening there in the defensive zone for Syracuse. And now that pass is intercepted by Vermont, going back the other way. And that pass is almost intercepted, but it still results in a turnover for Syracuse. Back the other way we come. And again, some sloppy play happening on both sides as that ball has been going back and forth in between zones, and neither team really establishing offensive presence here. And we're now back to even strength as Syracuse has their man back on. Voyageurs loads up, there's a shot, and that's a save by Davy Jones. Boudreau made that excellent defensive play earlier from the odd man rush. Slow things down, he'll get it to Peter Jacobs. Or will he? And the ball will go back the other way as the Stingers will have possession. Syracuse into the attacking zone. Trevor Hill, there's a shot. That's going to be saved. Loose ball from behind the net, and it'll be finally scooped up by the Voyageurs eventually. And now back the other way we come. Jeff McLaurin coming in with speed, cutting across the middle. Now he's retreating back. Getting a little help from his offensive unit. Now he'll get it off to Jared Boudreau. Shoves it back to Matt Rakosi. And that's going to be easily saved. Oh, and that pass was almost intercepted. Here comes Syracuse on the attack. Ball on the far side. Shot, and that just goes wide for Ty Powless. And that will be an over and back. So possession will go to the Voyageurs in the offensive zone. 9:13 left to go here in the first half. As play will resume from the far side corner in the offensive zone for Vermont. Whiteway. There's a shot. Score! Well, second time's a charm for Garrett Naomi, who Superman dives across the crease and is able to pick the corner, and he gets his first goal of the game. It's 1-0 Voyageurs over the Stingers. That seems to be a play that Garrett Naomi likes to do often. He likes to try to pick the corner and just Superman dive across and score, and he's done it so far, and he's had an attempt last time earlier in the game, nothing doing, but second time is a charm for him. Pass is intercepted by the Voyageurs, and now they'll come back the other way in transition. Kyle Baker gets off to his man, centering pass, shot, one-timer, that's going to be saved, but that ball will roll out of the crease. He picked up by the Voyageurs. They are back on the attack again with the reset clock. Coming is Kyle Baker. Not quite there, and it's going to go back the other way. It will be Syracuse's ball. Syracuse now starting to begin the rush. That cuts around from the back. Fired in from the back, and that's way wide and high. And it will be scooped up by Fortier. Fortier, long lead pass. Oh, just not quite there for Garrett Naomi. And Syracuse will go in transition back the other way. Trevor Hill loads up. He takes it now. He goes for a backhand diving shot as he falls down. That goes wide, and the Voyageurs will take over. Lead pass not on the mark as there's a loose ball, and it'll be scooped up by Davy Jones. Now a long lead pass the other way is intercepted. And now we have an illegal substitution penalty, and that's going to be called against the Voyageurs. So Syracuse will go on the power play. See if they can get themselves an equalizer goal. So Jared Boudreau will serve the penalty. Stingers on the power play. Let's see if they get that game-tying goal. From behind the back, takes a shot, save, rebound, and it's taken by the Voyageurs as they try to escape their own zone. Diving slash. Not quite on the mark there for Trevor Hill. As Vermont in the attacking zone, they are a man down. But they have possession, will kill the clock as much as they can. Loose ball all of a sudden. Still corralled by the Voyageurs. They're just going to throw it back and pretty much just kill the clock. As the shot clock goes out, quick rip, and that's going to be deflected. Syracuse able to recover. There's a shot, sidearm, and that's pattered out. And I think that caught at the top of the left pad of Alex Fortier, and it did. Unzicker. Carries around, and he'll lay it back for his teammates. As Kyle Baker has it here on the near side, and he'll just fake lob it up. Maybe perhaps misdirection they're trying. And there's a delayed penalty call coming up. There's a shot. And no, they're not calling it a goal as the whistle was blown before that went in. But the penalty will still stand. That's going to be a slashing call.
1 minute slash.
That'll be Nathan Schultzke, the guilty party, headed into the box. So after killing a penalty, the Vermont Voyageurs will go on the power play for a minute. 4:02 left to go here in the first half. Still a 1-0 game. And let's see if Vermont can get the go-ahead, the getaway goal. Ball being cycled around the offensive zone. Now Wagner facing a little bit of harassment. Now takes it back, takes a shot. He scores! Trevor Wagner able to cut through the defense and the 5-hole of Davy Jones. It is now 2-0 for Vermont. And what I saw from that is I saw Syracuse really going and pressuring Wagner, and then all of a sudden backed off and retreated back into the point. Nobody pressured him, so he got a clean shot off. And that resulted in a goal. Could have been a little mental gaffe by Syracuse, but nonetheless, it is a 2-0 game in favor of Vermont. Now back the other way. Here's a chance. A nice defensive job by Jeff McLaren to knock the ball away. And the puck just rolls in. Pure determination from Shea Thomas. What looked like a broken play all of a sudden came back on the ricochet on the half wall. Ball was able to roll in. And again, there's the response goal from Syracuse. Now quick break, back the other way. A quick shot. So here comes the Voyageurs offensive unit back onto the field. 2 minutes left. There's a shot. Saved by Jones. Vermont still on it. Cross rink pass. Opening shot in the slot, scores! Kyle Baker with a great shot from the slot, able to get it in point blank against Davy Jones. And there's the response yet again. Back and forth goals we have, and it's now 3-1 for the Voyageurs over the Syracuse Stingers. And all of a sudden, we've seen 3 goals happen in the past couple of minutes, split up 2-1. Now the Voyageurs back at it again with a rush. Ball's knocked away, and Syracuse will now take control. Final minute of play here in the first half as Syracuse is in the offensive zone, looking to get a goal here to close the gap to 1, as they are down by 2. Ball's being corralled by Ty Palace. He gets it off to the inner side. Here's a chance over the top. Just bounces off the crossbar. Voyageurs coming back the other way. Odd man rush. Here we go, coming with speed. Shot, bounce shot, and that's saved by Davy Jones. "20 seconds left to go here in the half. That's underneath the shot clock. So we're gonna ignore the shot clock from here on out. There's a quick shot, try to go low, and that's gonna be saved by Fortier. Battle on the boards is pinned up. The ball is jarred loose and up in the air. And the clock will sound as that will be the end of the first half. Your score, the Vermont Voyageurs 3, the Syracuse Stingers 1 after the first half. My name is David Bowie, and you are watching the North American Invitational of Lacrosse here in Onondaga, New York, here on Lacrosse TV. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't go away. Intermissions are quite short, only 2 minutes. Half to pass before we get back on to the action. As Vermont going out with a 3-1 lead. It's been 1-0 for most of it. And then as we saw in the latter stages of the half, we saw 2 goals from Vermont and 1 from Syracuse alternating. Vermont scoring 1, Syracuse scoring 1 right back, but then Vermont getting 1 right back again with alternating goals. Garrett Niemi opened it up. Trevor Wanger and Kyle Baker are the goal scorers for the Voyageurs, as Shea Thomas gets the lone goal for the Syracuse Stingers. The Syracuse Stingers just suffered their first loss not too long ago against Team Weekend, as Vermont have a 1-2 record. So opposite records that we've seen from these two teams. However, Vermont enjoying the lead, and there's only 20 seconds left to go here before the halftime ends. As I said, it's very quick, and they go on fast. But this is the North American Invitational. Thank you for joining us here on Lacrosse TV. David Bowie here with you. Going to bring you along for the broadcast the whole way through here. The buzzer has sounded, and we'll be back underway. Buddy Bucktooth for the Stingers will take the face-off draw, as we will get set to go. Adjacent to him is Luc LeBlanc of the Voyageurs. He's the face-off man. Alex Fortier goaltending for the Voyageurs. Davy Jones in for the Syracuse Stingers. Nets are being adjusted, and they're getting ready into position. And let's do this. Second half about to start. Faceoff's going to be won by Syracuse. And ball will go back the other way now for Vermont. Vermont coming in. Starting their first offensive attack of the half. Here's a shot. Goes on the back and rebound and scores. Trevor Wagner, Johnny on the spot, able to capitalize on a rebound from Grant Whiteway that hit the crossbar, as Davy Jones had no idea where that ball went, and by the time he found out, it was in the back of the net. As Trevor Wagner had a wide open net to be able to score, and now that puts Vermont up 4-1 as they have here a hot start in the second half, scoring on their first offensive opportunity here in the second half. Fakes off one by Syracuse to start the half. Errant pass will go in favor of Vermont, and they'll carry it into the offensive zone. Pass out to Peter Jacobs, who gets it back to Kyle Baker. Baker tries to come in with it. That ball's jarred loose, and we've got a whistle. And a back check means that that ball is going to come back the other way for Vermont. And if you keep coughing up the ball to your opponent, you're not really going to get much. And now it's a technical foul. And there's going to be a penalty here on Syracuse. And that's Nathan Schultzke going to the box. Undisciplined penalty there for Syracuse. Leads to a power play for Vermont. Ball being cycled around the offensive zone. There's a shot. Score! Grant Whiteway finally finds his way onto the board with a power play goal. That's going to extend it to 5-1. So Whiteway finally makes his way onto the scoring board, and he's always there in some way, shape, or form. Now here's a chance. And the ball will just be settled down. So that was a power play goal from Grant Whiteway from an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. And he definitely made Syracuse pay for that one. Battle for it along the line. And it will be Vermont's ball as the 10-second violation runs out. And Vermont will take over with Matt Rakoczy starting. Peter Jacobs tries to dash through, and he loses the ball in the process. Now back the other way we come. Could see a fast break. Seeing some speed going. Odd man rush. Takes a shot. And that's going to be saved by Fortier off the right arm. And an illegal substitution call is going to be made against the Voyageurs. So the Stingers catch a bit of a break and will go on the power play.
Anyone to serve it, guys. Anyone can serve it.
That's going to be Jared Boudreau who will serve the penalty. Also, he was the one who got off the bench early, but he was not happy with that call as he slammed his stick against the half wall. Back and forth passing. There's a one-timer shot saved by Fortier. Great job of the body positioning, able to lift up that left arm to make the stop. Long pass. There's a centering pass in the slot. Shot. And that's going to be saved by Jones as he shrugs it away with his left arm. And there's going to be a penalty here on the back end. It's going to go against Syracuse. And that's Buddy Bucktooth that will go to the box. A little bit of sass on the way back into it. Let's see what the call is.
Over here, 1 minute personal rock, 1 minute personal unsportsmanlike. 2 minutes total. 2 minutes total.
So it's a double minor. One for unsportsmanlike conduct. And I couldn't catch the other one, but nonetheless, it's going to be a double minor. The Voyageurs will have 2 minutes to play, so it kind of feels like other box lacrosse where that's where the normal minors are. 2 minutes, but here in the North American Invitational, minors are 1 minute. So 2 minute double minor here is against Syracuse as the Voyageurs will go to work. Shot, saved by Jones. Rebound is collected by the Voyageurs. Vermont will slow it down once again. Winds up, passes behind the back. That's kind of a rainbow pass, kind of up for grabs for anybody. And that was intercepted by Derek Bennett. Now, fast break the other way. Coming in with speed. And there's some holding, but crease violation. No call. Could have been a hold on that one. Could have gone either way. But nonetheless, it is a crease violation, and ball will go to Vermont. .45 seconds left here on the double minor penalty. As Whiteway has the ball on the far side, he'll get it to Kyle Baker in the middle. To Whiteway. Back to Baker. Cross ring pass to the near side. Tries to get it in, one-timer for Whiteway. And that's going to be saved by Jones, but the Voyageurs still maintain control with a reset clock. Couple substitutions, Trevor Wagner trying to come on. Now there's a shot, one-timer, and it goes in. And the Voyageurs score on the double minor penalty. They get themselves a power play goal. It is now 6-1 for Vermont. And now they're starting to run away with it. 3 goals here in less than 9 minutes. And they have themselves a 5-goal lead. Sitting very comfortably now. And now Vermont back on the attack again. Pass out to the wing. Circling around center, that's Trevor Wagner. He's got 2, going for the hat trick, and that's going to be saved by Jones. Here comes with blazing speed, that's Schultzke. Trying to cut through, and now he'll retreat and wait for the rest of his team to come back on. Neil Palace up the far side, couple stutter steps. Turns around, retreats, tries a centering pass. There's a shot, and a nice save by Fortier. Able to scoop it up in his net and then try to bounce it through the 5-hole. There comes Vermont back the other way. That's Harry Worth. Gets it to Whiteway. Whiteway slowing the pace down. 13 seconds left on the shot clock. Seeks a pick. He'll get one. Centering pass. Oh, just not quite there for Peter Jacobs as it was too high. And a crease violation will give the ball over to Syracuse. 5:12 left to go here in the second half as Vermont enjoys a 5-goal lead. It's 6-1 over the Syracuse Stingers. Ty Palace on the near side. Trying to circle around. Spins to his backside. There's a pass, not quite on the mark. Here we go. Breakaway chance now the other way. Here it comes, shot, score! Matt Rakoczy with a beautiful individual effort, able to capitalize on his breakaway opportunity. And it is now 7-1 for Vermont over Syracuse. That just might be the dagger. With less than 4 and change left to go, 5 goals to encompass, 6 goals. It's not going to be easy for Syracuse to come back in this game. Everything has to go perfect for them at this point in time. And it doesn't start here with losing the faceoff, as Luc LeBlanc has done a great job in the faceoff circle today for Vermont. Boudreau. Near side wing, out centering pass, shot. That's going to be saved. Rebound. Score. Kyle Baker gets the rebound and dives forward to get his second of the game. And the score just keeps racking up, as it is now 8-1 for Vermont over Syracuse. It has to be a little bit degrading for Syracuse, as they started off 2-0 yesterday, and now got 1 loss to Team Weekend, and now going to suffer what is likely going to be a second loss in a row here to a team that has a worse record than them. And there's a goal back for Syracuse. Perhaps too little, too late at this point, but nonetheless, it is a goal for Ty Powless, as that is the first goal for Syracuse of the half. .233 left to go here in the second half, and it's going to be all but academic here, as the Voyageurs have had their way the entire game, imposing themselves on the Syracuse Stingers. And as I mentioned before, the Syracuse Stingers, both their losses to teams with inferior records. And now both these teams will go to 2-2 after this. As Vermont in the attacking zone tries to get it, it kind of hits off the back of the referee on the ricochet. Coming in, there's a shot, and that just goes off the side of the net as time expires in the shot clock. So it will be Syracuse's ball. 1:50 left to go here in the second half. Syracuse finds themselves down by 6. The game is out of reach for them, but they can try to make it a little bit more respectable here, as they've got 1 goal in garbage time. Let's see if they can do it again. The defense for the Voyageurs has been very strong, and we've got a delayed penalty call coming up against Syracuse. Pass up the middle, now here's a chance all alone, Superman dive, and that's going to be saved by Jones. Now we're going to see it, it's going to be an illegal cross check from Syracuse. And that'll be against Ty Powless, one of the only 2 goal scorers of Syracuse, the other being Shea Thomas. As 1 minute and 21 seconds are left here in the second half. Vermont Voyageurs have 5 different goal scorers, with Trevor Wagner and Kyle Baker scoring 2. Of course, Grant Whiteway being one of them. Would be quite the oddity if he wasn't on the score sheet. Apparently there's also a second penalty in there too, so it'll be 5-on-3 for 1 minute. And it'll be Bucktooth Buddy also serving a penalty. So 5-on-3 for the Voyageurs, and this could be another opportunity for them to pad some stats. Fancy passing coming around the perimeter, but not a shot. Oh, and a huge sandwich jars the ball loose. Takes a quick shot, but that's deflected off a defenseman. 32 seconds left in the 5-on-3. And there's going to be a slashing call against Vermont. So it'll now be 4-on-3, but still be on the power play, as that is Matt Rakogzi serving the penalty for slashing. So it'll be 4-on-3 for 29 seconds, and then it'll be a 5-on-4 power play for Syracuse. But they have the ball to start the 4-on-3 penalty kill. What you notice from that 5-on-3 is that Vermont was really passing the ball around effectively, but no one was taking the shot. They were trying to get the perfect shot, but if you don't take a shot, there won't be anything. And there's a shot from a breakaway chance, and it is no good as Jones makes the save. And we are entering the dying 20 seconds of this second half. We're now on 5-on-4 as Syracuse is on the power play, but it is going to be all for naught, as the Voyageurs can pretty much just hold on to the ball until the clock expires. And a dominant performance from the Vermont Voyageurs as they defeat the Syracuse Stingers by a score of 8-2 the final. This is David Bowie, and you are watching the North American Invitational here in Onondaga, New York on Lacrosse-TV. Thank you so much for joining us here on the broadcast. We'll have plenty more lacrosse games for you to go online and check them all out. But until then, the final score here between the Vermont Voyageurs 8 and the Syracuse Stingers 2. Thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast. David Bowie signing off for everybody here on Lacrosse TV. Have yourself a pleasant day.